Are you that one person that wants to make a nice Christmas tree like this one, or any of these, and you just really don't like the look of these default Minecraft spruce trees? Well, you've come to the right place, because I'm going to be showing you how to make Christmas trees that look like this, and these. And these trees I'm going to show you, okay, you can make them as wide, as big as you want. You can make them as small as this one, or as big as this one, or as tall or fat as you want. So let's jump right into it. Now, you have to remember, this is just the way that works for me of building these trees. There's other tutorials out there that do it different ways, but this is what works for me, and I hope that it will work for you too. First, you want to determine where you want your tree to be, and for the trunk of it, if you're going to make a really big tree like this one, you want the trunk to be fatter, like maybe 3 blocks around wide, or if it's a little smaller, 4 blocks, or maybe even 2 or 1. I'm going to be making a pretty small tree, so I'm just going to do 1. And then you want to determine how high you want your tree to be. So just build up a pillar as high as you want your tree to be. So maybe like mine, this should be about good right there. And then you want to mark where your leaves will start. So I think I will start mine right about here. Then come up to the top of the tree and place 2 blocks, or 1, depending on how tall of a tree you're going to make, big. And then you're going to come down on the side of it, either two blocks and then out 1 if you're going to make a wider tree. That is if you have a smaller tree as well. Or if you have a big tree and you want it to be tall and kind of skinny, then you could do like 3 or maybe even 4 and then 1 out if it's a really big tree. But I think I'll go with 3 and then out, because I want my tree to be pretty slim, tall and slim. So then you're going to come out block and then come down another 3 and then out, and then another 3 and then out, and repeat that. Now at the end, you can actually you can actually change it. So if you want your tree to kind of hook out at the end a little bit more, you could do 2 and then out, 2 and then out. And now it really kind of hooks out at the end. I think I'll actually get rid of this and block. See, mine kind of hooks out some. If you want that, then you can do that. Or if you don't, you can not do it. And then you're going to go over to the other side and repeat what you just did. And just make sure to copy exactly what's on the other side. And then once your tree is looking like this, then you're going to just do it on all 4 sides. And once you have that done and it's looking like this, now that was the more easy part. Now this is the hard part, where the hard part begins. Go to the corner, this, and one of the pillars, and then build out 2 blocks, and then in. Now this will really depend on how big your tree is. I'm gonna do something like this, and then in like this. Yeah, I guess like that. And you don't want to do it like something like this or random or whatever, because it will not look good. It will not be good. It needs to be somewhat of a circle or kind of gradual bend here. Not, you don't want it to be just a straight line across. Now, like I said, if you have a big tree or a small tree, it's really going to vary if you when you come in and when you go out and the bends you make and stuff. But this works for the size of my tree, and if you have a similar size tree, then it might work for yours as well. And you're just going to do that same thing on all sides. Now you want to alternate, like build maybe 4 blocks, and then go to the other side and build another 4 blocks, and then meet in the middle, keep alternating sides. That makes it a little easier, I think. And then, of course, make sure that's the same as this side, and it has to be the same. And just do that for all sides. And once you have this, you're just gonna fill in the big holes. And once you have this, the really hard part starts. And so just follow closely what I do, and you'll be fine. So you're gonna come to one of these things and just basically do it again. Just copy pretty much what it does. Follow the pattern up and back like this all the way until you get to the top. It doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as it's there, because once we do all this, we will come back and clean it all up later, make it look nice. And you want to alternate, maybe do like 2 or 1 on that side, and then go to this side. I think that makes it a little easier. Go all the way up to the top. And then do that until you get all the way to the bottom. Now, as you can tell, this looks terrible because we're not done yet. So we're gonna go to the very bottom here and just build out some, and then work your way up, building out, filling it out more. Keep going until you get to the top. And if you still see any holes that you don't like, you can fill them in more and make it. It doesn't have to be perfect. It can be kind of random. Oh, I gotta deal with this person now. Okay. And once you think this one side looks pretty good, then you can move on to the next side, the side next to it. And do the same thing that we just did. Alternate. All the way up to the top. And then just fill it out again. Start at the bottom and work your way up. And you can fine tune. And then once you have that looking pretty good, remember you can always fine tune it later. Do it again on the other side. This is the bit tedious part. It takes a while, but if you don't do it, you won't have a tree. Leaves. Thankfully, I have more. Now, I've built these trees so many times, as you can see, so I'm really used to doing this process, but it just takes practice somewhat to get good at it. And yeah. And looks like we're done. That looks pretty good. And one last thing you need to do is come under here and place some blocks under right the edge where your leaves are. It's pretty random. You don't want to place them there though. That will make it come down a little lower, and you can even do one more layer if you wanted. And there. I hope you were able to build a tree along with me. I hope you learned something. And thank you for watching. That'll be it. Pete and repeat were in a boat. Pete fell out. Who's left?